I'm joined now by Republican Congressman Dave Brat of Virginia. He is a member of the House Freedom Caucus. He's also opposed to the White House-backed plan to repeal and replace Obamacare. So, Congressman Brat, are you willing to be the man that stops this bill from passing?
I don't want to be that man. I want to be the man that gets us to yes. And for me, it's fair. I taught economics for 20 years. Paul Ryan, the whole premise of health care reform is to get the cost curve to go down. And then President Trump is known for his business acumen. He needs a product where the price is going down.
So are you negotiating right now with Paul Ryan?
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah.
Let's talk about White House credibility. The president has a lot going on right now, especially with what happened yesterday on the Hill with FBI Director Comey. In lieu of that hearing, do you think the American public should trust President Trump?
Yeah, I'm an economist. I'm not a lawyer, and it looks like the evidence on both sides is a little slim right now. So the accusations on all sides should slow down until you have the evidence. And then once you put the chips on the table, once the evidence is there, there's no news story, right?
FBI Director Comey was pretty definitive when he said there was no wiretapping of Trump Tower. He said that just did not happen, that there's no evidence to support that. It didn't happen.
Yeah, and by who, right? So it is interesting.
By President Obama, which is what Donald Trump said.
And I think I agree with you on that. I think they've walked that back. They don't think President Obama is following the president around. I don't think they've walked it
back. They certainly haven't apologized for it. They haven't said, no, we don't believe President Obama wiretapped Trump Tower, as President Trump claimed in a tweet on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, I think Comey also said there's an investigation ongoing on the Trump issue. And if there's an investigation going on, usually there's surveillance. And there's talk about the haystack out there, right? If the Russians are talking to whoever, they're not supposed to listen in or name American names. So there's been some intelligence leaks. And we shouldn't have this, right? We should be run by professionals.
So are you more focused on the leaks, or are you focused on the president saying something that just frankly was not true about the former president?
Yeah, all the above. All the above, right?
And what about all the conspiracy theories that this White House has put out just since they've been elected? There's the voter fraud, the press is covering up terror attacks, we've got this wiretapping claim. What do you make of a White House that is so easily seduced by theories that are so hard to prove?
Right. Well, it's hard on my side of the aisle. The press tend to be kind of like the faculty lounge where I taught for 20 years. I think 90% or so tend to be fairly Democratic. So we always feel, hey, you guys are kind of coming after us.
Well, that's an easy allegation to make. It's not an easy allegation to prove.
No, I think it is. You can look at the donation tracks. I've done that, right? I'm an economist. I don't make up facts.
Really? Donation tracks?
Yeah. Yeah, no, the donations from the media overwhelmingly went to Hillary and the Hillary Foundation. And just follow the trail. It's all right there. And that's just an aside, though, right? But both sides need to clean up their act. Just wait till we get the evidence, then make the accusations. But it is hard on our side of the aisle. For example, I had some fake news launched to me by Huffington Post, et cetera. I had 500 meetings with my constituents over 2 years. And now the new narrative coming out of the Washington Post, et cetera, is where is Dave, right? They just make up these hit pieces. It's fake news. And it makes our job.
Is it fake news because you don't like it, or is it fake news because it's actually fake?
Yeah, because it's fake, right? I had 500 meetings with my constituents for 2 years, and they say, where's Dave, right? Meaning he's disappeared in 2 weeks since Trump won the presidency. So news needs to get back to news.
I want to ask you a more important question, and this is going to have to be the last one, unfortunately. But, you know, during the campaign, the GOP repeatedly said, and the Trump campaign said, and Kellyanne Conway said, and everybody in Trump's orbit said, that how could you elect Hillary Clinton when she could be under an FBI investigation? She might be indicted if she were elected president. We can't have that. Donald Trump is under an FBI investigation. The FBI just confirmed it, and his campaign is. Does that make you uncomfortable given the past statements?
Well, yeah, you don't want to see anybody under investigation. But, I mean, that is the trick, right? Hillary Clinton had a $2 billion Hillary Foundation where they flew around the world, and there was no press coverage of that.
Was not investigating the Clinton Foundation. The FBI is investigating the Donald Trump campaign.
I know, and that's interesting as well, right? So you got a $2 billion slush fund from international money flowing to the U.S. into a foundation, and everyone's flying first class.
So are you saying that it's okay because you think two wrongs make a right? I mean, there's a false equivalence here, I think.
Right. No, right. What we got to have is 100% credibility across the board. So if investigative journalists want to give Trump a hard time on these issues, you look back and you say, did they give the last president and the last secretary an equally hard time of investigative journalism?
You're making a false equivalence argument right now, and the fact remains Donald Trump is the president of the United States, and he is under investigation, and his campaign is under investigation by the FBI.
Right, no, that's
Hillary
true.
Clinton is not the president.
Right. No, I know she was running. President Obama was the president. He wasn't vetted until about 8 years in by the press, right? He was given quite a honeymoon. Trump came in, he didn't get 3 weeks, right? And it's kind of like the Where's Dave Brat piece.
Right.
The press has been all over him. Let's give him a month or two and see what he can achieve.
Congressman Brat, thank you for joining us tonight. We do very much appreciate it.